Hello dear students, in this video tutorial we will be dealing with DHCP protocol, Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol. Let me open the Cisco packet tracer. So we will be dealing with the DHCP, and the purpose of the DHCP, why it's needed, is to assign IP addresses dynamically or automatically to the connected machines, right? Either it's PC or the wireless device like laptop, smartphone, or the tablet. They will get the IP address dynamically according to the configuration you set. Yeah, for doing that we will be needing several computers and devices, right? So I'm going to have 3 PC, and I'm going to have a laptop and a smartphone and a tablet, right? Smartphone and a tablet. And to make a connection between these devices, we're going to have the basic 2960 switch, and we need one wireless connection, right? So AP, PT, wireless connection, right? Access point PT. So to set up the DHCP, we need a server computer. Server computers, they have several features that we can make use of, and one of that feature is the dynamic host configuration feature available. So it's in the services, so I will bring one more server computer. So this is the server computer right over here, and we have to put these devices physically in a proper position. So what I need is, I need 2 more rooms, so I'll create 2 more closets, and I'll store these computers accordingly. So the middle closet is going to have the server computer, and the closet or the room on the left is going to have the PCs, and the closet on the right is going to have the all the wireless devices with the wireless access point, right? So for doing that, I will open the navigation panel, right? And over here, so the main wiring closet, the server will stay, and the PCs, so PC 0 and PC 1 and PC 2 will go to this room, and this room needs a switch, so we will bring that switch over here. Sorry. And the second room on the right is going to have the wireless devices, so I'll bring the laptop, I'll bring the tablet, and I'll bring the smartphone. So I think I made a mistake, so let me correct that. Yeah, these devices, yeah, 3 devices with access point as well. Yeah, with access point. So let me check that. So the middle room is going to have the server. Nothing is connected so far, so we'll do that in a minute. And the left room has, let's add the rack as well. So let's put the switch on the rack, and we have 3 different computers. We didn't set up the connection yet. And the room on the right, so let's put a rack here. The wireless access point is supposed to stand on the rack, and the I think we need one more table, so we'll put so this is the tablet. It's not a TV. It looks like a TV, cathode ray tube TV, but it's a tablet. Yes, the layout physically is set properly, and now we will turn to the connection of these devices. So I'll connect the switch with the PCs, right? And I'll connect switch with the wireless access point, and I'll connect the server with the switch, and this one is the wireless connection, so I have to do it manually, right? So I'll put it in the center, and these devices can be, shifted to the right a little bit. So as I mentioned at the beginning, the purpose of the DHCP server is the provide dynamic IP addresses, dynamic host configuration, right? So that's why the wireless devices, those devices that connect to the network wirelessly, and we have to configure the laptop so it doesn't have the wireless connection. So let's fix that quickly. So we have the wireless hardware that is installed. We turn on the computer, and wireless devices, they are by default set to receive the IP dynamically, so we have to choose that for the static, right? So we choose the static for the laptop, we choose the static for the tablet, sorry, we choose static for the smartphone, right? Because later on we configure the DHCP so that we can later shift and then it works accordingly. Okay, so everything is set up. Now let's fix the with the password, the wireless access point. So I'll provide the name as the CAU Wi-Fi, and the password as usual is going to be 129. Right, so let me give that for the computers that are about to connect to this wireless access point. So it's the CAU Wi-Fi, and the password is 129. So the first laptop, the second laptop, right, CAU Wi-Fi, and this is the password, and the smartphone, right? So we go to the wireless and we set up the configuration. So all these three devices wirelessly, they are connected. The device connected wirelessly doesn't mean that it got its IP address. So we have to configure the DHCP server, right? The PCs on this side as well, they don't have the IP address yet. So now we have to, everything is set up properly. We have to go to the, and also if we go to the physical side, now you can, lines are drawn between the rooms, right? This is the server room. You can see there's a line going out, right? And this is the room on the left, which holds the PCs. There's a line going out in the room on the right that holds the wireless devices. Because this is the wireless, there's no any wire going out, but there's a connection between them, right? So we go to the logical and we go to the server configuration, right? So this is the, if you notice, by comparing the server to the PC, we have this additional section called services, but most importantly, the server computer should have its own IP address. So we will provide the static IP address for the server, and now we can shift to the services, right? So there are many things the server computer can do, and for the better efficiency, it's recommended to turn off the rest of the services. Only the DHCP should be left turned on. So I will turn off the services one by one. So all the rest of the services, it's better recommended to turn them off. So I'll turn them off, right? So email and FTP also turned off. Although the same server can do multiple jobs, but it's recommended to have different server computers for each job, right? So now we are in the DHCP section, so I'll pay attention carefully. We will configure the server to play the role of the dynamic host configuration. So first thing is we have to turn on the DHCP, so we turn it on, and then we have to provide the range of IP address that dynamically will be assigned to these computers, including the wireless one, right, to request dynamically, right? So I'll better state that the IP address will be started with 100, right? So this server has the 1-in-1 IP address, as you have seen over here. Now in the services, the rest of the computers will start with the IP address 100 and 101, 102, etc., right? So the number of devices, I can set it to 50, up to 50 devices. The IP can be generated as an ascending order. So now everything is set. We click the save. Now the saves have been, the changes have been saved, sorry. Changes have been saved, so we can now close this server configuration, and now we go to every single device one by one to request the IP from the server, right? So we go to the first PC, right? So we go to the IP configuration. Now from the static we choose DHCP, which is to request the dynamic IP address. Here you can see DHCP request successful. The 100 IP address, the first one, was received by this PC, and the next one we will do the same, request dynamic IP address, so 101, and further we have the request for 102, right? And we move to this side for the laptop. It's a wireless connection, but wireless connected doesn't mean there's an IP address, so we request for the IP address, and here we have 104, 105, and 106, right? 105, yeah, 105, and finally 106, 106, right? So each device connected here, 107, right? So it can step forward with one number. That's perfectly fine. So each connected device have their own IP address, and you can see that it follows the configuration that we set. So we can do some basic drawing over here as well. So we can choose the orange color and make a basic drawing over here. This is the wired network, right? This is the wired network, right? And we can choose another color and say that this is the sort of wireless network, right? This is the wireless network, and yeah, we have although the switch is in this area, I just decided to leave it as it is, because these are the wired connected networks. And so physically, computers, the server stands on its own in a separate room, and the PCs stand on its own in a separate room, and then finally the wireless devices, they also stand on its own. And once again, this is not a cathode ray TV. It's a form of the tablet, right? Maybe in that time the tablets had this kind of face, right? So overall, we have seen how dynamic host configuration can be set up. So once again, turn off the rest of the services, only turn on the one that you are using the server for. And here we set the IP address with a 192.168.1 and starting with 100. So all these devices, they got their IP address dynamically. All right, that's all for now. Thank you.